Hey guys, it's Sarah Colliser with Ampersand Unique Gifts and Home Decor. So the last time I was here, I started with a Clean My Basement With Me kind of series. Then I had one video, but we were getting ready to move, and what ended up happening is we just crammed everything in boxes and then we moved. It took 6 loads just to move my basement. I like to say I just have a lot of stash, or you could say I'm a bit of a hoarder. So here I'm going to flip the camera around and kind of show you just what we're dealing with, and we're going to start and organize my craft room series here, and then we will move on to different things. But here is just kind of an idea of what we're dealing with. So here is the partially organized version of what we brought in. So you can see we've kind of put everything together in shelves. We have this wonderful giant basement, but I'm trying to keep everything into this corner of the basement and keep everything. Once I start using it, we will actually have less, but you can see I've got things that are just stuff that we're going to keep. You can see the games that we use. These are actually like boxes of family photos, some partially made projects, and then a couple shelves full of totes of things that are my daughter's, some paper crafts and things. Baby buggy that was actually used as a bassinet with me when I was little, and it was certainly not new then. The bassinet, this thing right here, is actually the bassinet we used with my daughter that my mom bought at an antique store. This horse has been through all 3 of my children and was actually a hand-me-down even before then. So some of the things we're just keeping. And then you see lots of totes of unorganized but crammed together crafts of things. There's extra fabric, just different things. You can see, things that are shoved together. That's a drop cloth, some rope, seen in several different embroidery hoops that I use for crafts. And then you get into here and you can actually see our decor. This is all different, so we have our Christmas season, moving into different seasons, again, Christmas, and then we have 4th of July, a couple totes of 4th of July, red, white, and blue flowers. This is moving into, you can see some of the St. Patrick's Day stuff waiting to make its debut. And then, of course, all of the fall and Halloween. You can see I have skeletons in my basement. And then moving into their spring and Easter in here. And I can't wait to get it out. I am so tired of winter already, and it's January. And then all of these totes are actually specific fabric. So those are just all the fabric pieces. So it's starting to get organized. You can see, these have been waiting. I've had some great ideas to make wreaths. My husband's a waterfowl hunter, so saved those for me so that we can make some wreaths. I made some garland this year, and then these are all flowers waiting to either be in decor here or waiting to be added to something that is for sale. Sorry, try not to make you too dizzy. This shelf is where, as we were organizing, we just kept sticking things that are partially made, waiting to be finished. Moving over to the other side of the basement, you can see all these totes that we've already emptied. Things that we've just gone through and combined. We've got some stuff waiting over here to go out to the burn pile. And then my daughter's been organizing and selling some of the things. These are all different lots of fabric that she's been selling. And then, speaking of her selling, of course, what is an organization without a giant yard sale pile? She has been pricing and organizing and is also excited for spring, so that she can have a yard sale with all of Mom's, I don't know what to do with this stuff. So moving, I'm sorry, I know I'm going really fast. Moving over here, this is another little corner. So this one just connects to the room that is my craft room. So you can see I've started trying to get some stuff organized in here. All of my ribbons. I'm one that will buy ribbon when it's on sale, even if I don't know what I'm going to do with it, or if I just think it's really pretty, which then creates a huge stash. So hopefully I've got a shelf yet to put together, and hopefully we'll start to get some stuff organized and make it much easier. But here's the kicker of them all. This is my craft room. So as we continued to organize, we just would put stuff in here that we knew were going to be part of my craft room. When we first finished this room out, my husband put the paneling on the wall for me to get things ready. So it's not finished, but it's finished good enough for a craft room for me. I love it. We just kept moving stuff and putting it in here and saying, okay, well, that'll go in the craft room. That'll go in the craft room. Well, what happened is I now have a craft room that you can barely get in the door. So that is the project that we're going to be working on together. Going to be able to show you some of the things that we've done with it. And hopefully we'll have a workable, believe it or not, there's a table under here. Have a workable space. I've got a sewing machine table in the garage that's going to go right here. So I can't wait to have my sewing machine. This particular shelf on the wall I have had for about 2 years. I paid $2 for it in an auction, and I have been just waiting for the perfect opportunity to do something with it, and I chose to hang it on the wall just to get it up off the floor and be able to organize my paints. And right now you can see I've crammed other things in there, but then of course my sewing machine table will be there. I have boxes of thread, so I've gone ahead and hung some of those up so I can get that organized. Over here, you can see my dogs playing in the backyard. Over here, I have an old sewing machine table that is, even though it is completely buried, it still has lots of use in it. It's used to sew leather and heavy denim fabric. It's perfect for that. Let's see, a vintage, maybe a retro card catalog holder. It is not antique, but obviously it is not what we typically use much anymore. So I was able to pick that up for about $30 at an estate sale, and I love to use that to organize things. Those are just a very small section of buttons. I love to collect buttons, so they're sorted by types. And again, that was my first collection. I have boxes of others waiting to come out. So anyway, so here we go. Let's see what we can get done. Thanks. Okay, so I feel really bad because I do not remember the name of the person that I got this idea from. But these little plastic things here are from, I just knocked something down behind me, are from IKEA. And I think they might actually be designed to hold like plastic bags. It's open at the top and then solid at the bottom. What I did was I took two just little, they're like essentially bed slat type wood, and I put two of them on there because the space between where I needed them wasn't going to fit with the 2x4s in the wall. So I needed to be able to attach them to something and then have that be secured to the wall. They have a little bit of sticky tape on the back of them, but it's just like double-sided foam tape. So it doesn't necessarily work to hold them up if they've got any weight in them. And they're just the perfect size to hold these, so you get two rows in each one, and they're the perfect size to hold this. So again, I apologize. I actually saw this on Pinterest or on another YouTuber, and it's been a long time. I've had these for probably 5 years, and I don't remember who it was, but it's such an awesome idea. I did one over here, whoop, whoop, and just put my rags in it. So you can see, I went ahead and just crammed all my rags in there, and then you can just pluck one, pluck one out when you're ready to use it. So it's over there on that side where my paint and things are. I did clean up this table here. This is where my Cricut is. That little stand is for my laptop. It's in another room, but that gives me all that just right here with my vinyl to be able to run my Cricut supplies. This library card catalog, if you remember these, actually have, there's 2 of them, have some workspace if you need additional workspace. So there you go. That is what I have accomplished in this last little bit of time. So you can see I have 5 of them up there. And again, I got those from IKEA. So stay tuned. I just wanted to hop back on real quick and show you where we are so far. It's been about 3.5 hours, maybe 4. I didn't really look at the time, just kind of judging based on when I think I came down here. But so I'm going to flip the camera around and just show you. I am definitely not finished. Oh my goodness, I still have so much to do. But I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of where we are so far. So hold on now, I will flip the camera around. Okay, so I hung this rod up here where I put my glue, and I need a little bit more things to hang on it, I think. I've got it anchored several places so that it can hold the weight. Cleaned off this, so now you can actually see I've got a couple of them down there are ripped, and I need to sew them once I get my sewing machine set up down here. But you can see the floor for one thing. But again, like I said, I mean, still stuff piled everywhere. It's definitely not finished. I've still got piles of things over here. These are old t-shirts because I'm working on making some rag rugs. So been just kind of putting some more stuff up. I did take some things out of here that were projects that I'm working on, and I stuck them on a shelf of projects, but at least you can see the table, and it gives me a little bit of an idea of what I was working on when I began burying everything in here. So like I said, I'm far from finished, but at least I have room to work. I think things will get a little bit more organized as I make things, and can really start to put some things in my booth now that I can see where things are. One of the things I really want to point out, Zeb and Jamie did a live with the Creative Business Group, and we talked about organization and how being unorganized costs you money. So I wanted to show you a prime example of this. So when we cleaned, we found this pile of glue guns in all these different totes. There were, so there's 6 of them in there, different sizes. You can see all the different glue sticks. So, trying to do this with one hand. I love to get these to put my glue sticks in, but I've had so many. I've bought multiple bags of these, not realizing that I already had some stuck somewhere in a tote. So that's just another example. Here you can see, you know, glue. Look how many. So I've got like 3 or 4 of these. There's some little ones back there. Gorilla Glue. Look at all the Gorilla Glue. Got several of these. I love this. This is so great for a quick glue on. But, you know, that's just an idea of when you are unorganized, one way that it can cost you a ton of money. Because apparently every time I needed glue and I couldn't find it, I went out and bought some. So hopefully some of this glue will still be good. I did throw out a bunch of them that were dried up or had leaked, and now I know where all my glue is. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I will continue to give you the organization of Sarah's craft room as we go through. Thanks, bye.